light of candles may differ, but they yield same brightness. It is not your position, but your ability that makes you shine. है ना? Is it okay? ठीक छ यो? Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. With that quote, I would like to welcome you all. Good morning. Happy Teachers Day. Happy Guru Purnima.
Happy Teachers Day, sir.
Happy Guru.
sir.
Happy Teachers Day, sir.
Happy Guru Purnima, sir.
तिम्रो सबैलाई टिचर्स डे ह्याप्पी टिचर्स डे राम्रोसँग मनाउनु घर बस्नु फर्स्ट टिचर इज योर मदर एन्ड फादर है सो डोन्ट फर्गेट टु विश योर मदर एन्ड फादर दे आर योर रियल टिचर हैन अस्ति हाम्रो छुटेको थियो माइक्रो एनाटोमी अफ युरेटर हैन एनी आइडिया अबाउट माइक्रो एनाटोमी अफ युरेटर और हिस्टोलोजी अफ युरेटर
Lined by transitional epithelium.
Lined by transitional epithelium, very good. Aru? One is lined by transitional epithelium or urothelium, है ना? Very good. Okay. Anything you can add about histology of ureter? What are the walls? First, you have to talk about walls of ureter. Okay?
Mucosa muscularis adventitia.
Mucosa muscularis and adventitia. Very good, right? Mucosa muscularis and adventitia. Right? So walls of ureter is composed of mucosa muscularis and adventitia. Mucosa भनेको सबभन्दा inner, right? Inner to outer mucosa, middle one muscularis and outer one is the adventitia. So mucosa it consists of epithelium. Which epithelium? Urothelium, and that is transitional epithelium. So mucosa consists of transitional epithelium and lamina propria, which is connective tissue layer. Right? Mucosa consists of transitional epithelium and loose connective tissue, that is lamina propria. Next is middle layer is muscularis layer or muscle layer, which contains inner longitudinal and outer circular. What is the muscle present in the GI tract? Muscularis layer in the GI tract. Just
outer longitudinal, inner circular.
Oh, right? Inner circular, outer longitudinal. Just opposite to that, in the ureter, inner longitudinal, outer circular. Right? Just remember, just opposite to GIT. Right? GIT ma inner circular, outer longitudinal. In the ureter, inner longitudinal, outer circular. But while it approaches towards the urinary bladder, it contains 3 layers, right? Which is smooth muscles. Next is the adventitia. It is the connective tissue layer again. Right? Adventitia composed of connective tissue layer containing blood vessels, nerve fibers. The third layer. So walls consist of mucosa, muscle layer or muscularis layer, and adventitia. Mucosa contains epithelium, urothelium, that is transitional epithelium, middle layer, muscularis layer, which contains inner longitudinal and outer circular layer, and as it closes to the urinary bladder, it contains third layer of its muscle cell. Then adventitia, it is the connective tissue layer outside the muscle layer. So 3 walls, right? So this is the histological picture of ureter. This is the mucosa, muscle layer, and outside one, this is the adventitia, right? Adventitia. Mucosa, muscle layer, and adventitia. 3 layers. Mucosa consists of epithelium. Which epithelium is this? Transitional epithelium, right? This is the transitional epithelium or urothelium. And muscle layer consists of inner circular layer and outer longitudinal layer of smooth muscle cells. Right? These are the smooth muscles, right? Not skeletal, not cardiac. Inner circular, outer longitudinal, smooth muscle cells. Then outside one is the adventitia, which consists of connective tissue, blood vessels, nerve fibers. Adventitia, it is connective tissue, right? And it composed of nerve fibers, blood vessels, etc. This is another picture of histological picture of ureter. This is the mucosa, muscularis layer, then adventitia. Mucosa consists of transitional epithelium, then muscularis inner, circular, outer, longitudinal muscles, then adventitia, third layer is. लेख्न सकिन्छ histology of ureter सोध्यो भने. So you have to draw this
Yes, sir.
table it, है simple छ. यो चाहिँ mistake नगर है, यो red one देखेछ नि. This is not the line, है. Please don't draw this line. Don't draw this line, है. यहाँ पनि basement membrane, यहाँ पनि basement membrane हुँदैन है. Basement membrane lies opposite to the lumen. This is the lumen, है. So luminal side मा चाहिँ only the epithelial cells, है, project to the luminal surface. So this is the basement membrane, है. Don't draw this one, है. Exam मा के गर्छ त यो यता पनि basement membrane, यता पनि basement membrane, बीचमा चाहिँ cells बनाउँछ है. This is wrong, है. So you have to draw only one basement membrane, right, which lies opposite to the lumen. Actually, this is the empty ureter, which is star-shaped lumen, right? Star-shaped. Distended ma, yo hudaina, right? But in the empty ureter, it is lumen of the ureter is star-shaped. But in the distended ureter, it disappears, right? केले खाने से हड्डी मजबूत होती है और केले के छिलके पर पैर रखने से टूट जाती है ना. ठीक है. अब नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज द यूरिनरी ब्लैडर. यूरिनरी ब्लैडर में के था छ? Can you add something about urinary bladder? What is urinary bladder? Where does it lie? It is the part of reproductive system, urinary system, GIT. Iko part of urinary bladder. It is the part of urinary system. Location situated immediately behind the pubic bone, within the pelvis. So it lies behind the symphysis pubis or pubic bone. It stores urine and has a maximum capacity of approximately 500 ml. 500 ml सम्म चाहिँ tolerated हुन्छ है. So it has the maximum capacity of about 500 ml. Main function is storage of urine. Urinary bladder is the muscular organ. It is a muscular organ which lies behind the pubis in the pelvic cavity. Function is storage of urine and maximum capacity for storage is 500 ml. This is the urinary bladder. The urinary bladder. This is the pubic symphysis, right, which lies just behind the pubic symphysis. This is the urinary bladder. Empty bladder is pyramidal in shape, which are apex, base, and neck, superior and inferolateral surface. So these are the different parts: apex, base, neck, superior, and two inferolateral surface. This is the urinary bladder. Posterior view of the urinary bladder. This is the superior surface. This is the posterior surface. Then apex of the bladder points anteriorly and lies behind the upper margin of symphysis pubis. It is connected to the umbilicus by median umbilical ligament. So apex of the urinary bladder connected with the umbilicus via median umbilical ligament. Median umbilical ligament. Median umbilical ligament, it is the remnant of urachus. So this is the median umbilical ligament. It is connected. This is the apex of urinary bladder. Apex of urinary bladder connected with the umbilicus via the median umbilical ligament. Base or posterior surface of bladder face posteriorly and is triangular And superolateral angles are joined by ureter. Right? So two superolateral angles are joined by right and left ureter. And inferiorly, it gives rise to urethra. So superior surface of the bladder is covered with peritoneum and related to the coils of ileum or sigmoid colon. And neck or fundus of the bladder lies inferiorly and rests on the upper surface of prostate in the male. Upper surface of prostate in the male, and in the female rest on the pubovesical ligaments. Right? So neck, relation of the bladder on the neck of the bladder associated with the puboprostatic ligament in the puboprostatic ligament in the male and pubovesical ligament in the female. Right? There is no prostate in the female. Right? So puboprostatic ligament in the male associated with the neck of the bladder, and pubovesical ligament is associated with the neck of bladder in the female. This is the female urinary bladder. This is the male urinary bladder, and this is the prostate, and it lies. Female urinary bladder rests on the pubovesical ligament or urogenital diaphragm. Second, neck of the urinary bladder is associated in the male prostate or puboprostatic ligament, in the female pubovesical ligament. Right? Pubovesical ligament in the female and puboprostatic ligament in the male. This is very important. Right? Mucous membrane of the greater part of the empty bladder is thrown into folds that disappear when the bladder is full. So mucous membrane of the bladder is highly folding in nature, right, in the empty bladder, but this folding gets disappear when it gets distended. Then the area of mucous membrane covering the internal surface of the base of the bladder is called trigon. This is important. Trigon of the urinary bladder. The area of mucous membrane covering the internal surface of the base of bladder is called trigon. So what is trigon? Trigon is here the mucous membrane is always smooth even when it is empty. In the trigon of urinary bladder, when you feel at that area, that is very smooth in nature. Other part that is rough, very mucosal foldings, highly foldings, mucosa and rough part of detrusor muscles are there. But in the trigon, when you feel in the specimen of urinary bladder, that is very smooth in nature. Why it is smooth in nature? Because mucous membrane is firmly adherent to the underlying muscle layer. In that part of urinary bladder, that is tightly attached with the muscle layer, underlying muscle layer, that is known as trigon. So that's why it is very smooth in nature. Other part loosely attached, so rough in nature, but only that part covering the internal surface of the base of the bladder is very smooth, right? Because it is very tightly or firmly adherent to the underlying muscle layer of the urinary bladder. So this is the trigon of the urinary bladder, right? The trigon of the urinary bladder, and this one is the internal urethral orifice. So this is very smooth in nature. These are the two, the opening for the right and left ureter in the urinary bladder. And superior angle of the trigon correspond to the opening of ureter. I have just shown in the picture. And the inferior angle to the internal urethral orifice. Right? So this is the superior angle opening for the two ureter, and inferior angle for the internal urethral orifice. Then ureter pierces the bladder wall obliquely, and this provides a valve-like action which prevents a reverse flow of urine toward the kidney. So that entry of the ureter to the urinary bladder, right, obliquely, it enters obliquely, so it acts physiologically valve-like action, right? Which prevents retrograde flow of urine to the kidney. And trigon, interureteric crest, interureteric crest or interureteric ridge, that is just between the two openings of ureter, right? Muscular ridge, right? This is the interureteric ridge, right? Which lies between the opening of two ureter, right? This is the interureteric ridge. Interureteric ridge. This is the interureteric crest or interureteric ridge, right? Opening of one ureter, opening of another ureter, right? So opening of right and left ureter. In between the opening of right and left ureter, there is one muscular foldings that is known as interureteric crest or interureteric uvula basici. What is uvula basici? It is a small elevation situated immediately behind the urethral orifice, which is produced by underlying median lobe of prostate. So uvula basici, it is the present in male. So it is a small elevation situated behind the urethral orifice, which is produced by underlying median lobe of prostate. So during the prostate enlargement, this uvula basici, it acts as a pseudo valve. Whenever the patient strain, there is dribbling of urine, right? Or no urine, and whenever relaxed, there is small dribbling of urine occurs during the benign prostate enlargement. So uvula basici, it acts as a pseudo valve during the enlargement of prostate, which is produced by the median lobe, right? It will be asked in the MCQ. Which is the commonest lobe enlarged during the prostate? It is the median lobe. Significant lobe enlarged during the, and it will be dealt in reproductive system also, right? So median lobe, it is the most significant lobe enlarged during the prostate, right? Which produce uvula basici and uvula basici. So muscle coat of bladder is composed of Ithun muscle and is arranged as 3 layers of interlacing bundles, right? Known as detrusor muscle, right? So muscle of the urinary bladder is known as detrusor muscle. This is the smooth muscle cell, right? Detrusor muscle is the smooth muscle. So detrusor muscle, it is the muscle of urinary bladder. So at the neck of the bladder, the circular component of the muscle coat is thickened, right, to form the sphincter basici. Sphincteric action, okay? It closes and opens the neck of urinary bladder, right? That is known as sphincter basici. So sphincter basici, it is sphincter basici, it is the type of muscle. Which muscle? Ithun muscle cells, right? Which controls the flow of urine, right, from the urinary bladder to the urethra. This is the internal urethral orifice, and this is the uvula basici, right? Uvula basici, it is the elevation which is produced by the uvula basici. It is produced by the median lobe of the prostate, right? Normally, it is produced by the median lobe of the prostate, but during the benign enlargement of prostate, this uvula basici, it enlarges and lies just over the internal urethral orifice. So when the bladder is full, it closes the internal urethral orifice, right? It closes the internal urethral orifice. So it acts as a pseudo valve, and when the patient relaxes, then it opens and the internal urethral orifice get relaxed, and there is dribbling of urine. Tap pisap चाहिन्छ के contraction गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it closes the internal urethral orifice. When the patient get relaxed, then it opens the internal urethral orifice, and there is thin stream of urine, right, goes from the urethral orifice to the bladder. So there is dribbling, DRIBBLING, dribbling of urine in the benign enlargement of prostate. So relation, base of the bladder is in the female anterovaginal wall, in the male rectum, then rectovesical pouch, seminal vesicle, vas deferens, and neck of the bladder in male associated with the prostate, and puboprostatic ligament in the female, upper part of the urethra. In both male and female, apex of the bladder faces towards the upper part of pubic symphysis. And median umbilical ligament, right? Median umbilical ligament attached with the apex of the bladder to the umbilicus. Right? Median umbilical ligament is attached with the apex of the bladder to the umbilicus. So inferolateral surface is related anterior to the pubis and puboprostatic ligament in the male, and in the female pubovesical ligament, right? Inferolateral surface. And the inferolateral surface are not covered by peritoneum. Right? This is very important. Inferolateral surface of the urinary bladder, these are not covered by peritoneum. Right? Only the superior surface is covered by peritoneum, right? Not the other part. So this is the female urinary bladder. This is the uterus, this is the urinary bladder. And this one is the median umbilical ligament, right? From the apex of urinary bladder to the umbilicus. Right? So median umbilical ligament is attached or associated with the apex of urinary bladder to the umbilicus. Right? Median umbilical ligament connects to the to the apex to the umbilicus. Right? From the apex of the urinary bladder to the umbilicus, right? Median umbilical ligament. Superior surface in the male covered by peritoneum, right? Which extends slightly onto the base and continues posteriorly into the rectovesical pouch. Rectovesical means in between the rectum, and vesicle means urinary bladder. Okay? So rectovesical pouch, it is the foldings of peritoneum in between the rectum and urinary bladder. Rectovesical pouch. Then it is in contact with the sigmoid colon and terminal coils of ileum. Superior surface of the urinary bladder in the male, it is completely covered by peritoneum. So this is the superior surface of the urinary bladder in the male. This is the superior. It is completely covered by the peritoneum. So superior surface of the urinary bladder is completely covered by peritoneum. And in the female, superior surface is largely covered by peritoneum, which is reflected posteriorly onto the uterus at the level of internal os. Internal os means junction of uterine body and cervix to form the vesico-uterine pouch. Vesico means urinary bladder, uterine means uterus. Right? So in between the uterus and urinary bladder, there is folding of peritoneum that is known as vesico-uterine pouch. So superior surface in the male, superior surface is completely covered by peritoneum, but in the female, major part of the superior surface are covered by peritoneum. Only the posterior part of superior surface which is devoid of peritoneum. Right? So posterior part of the superior surface of the urinary bladder in the female. Right? This is very important for MCQ. Right? Posterior part of the superior surface of the urinary bladder in the female, which is devoid of peritoneum or absence of peritoneum. Right? Also, which does not have peritoneum covering. Right? Posterior part of superior surface of urinary bladder. It is separated from the supravaginal cervix. Right? So it is associated with the fibroareolar tissue. Right? Fibrous tissue, fatty tissue, adipose tissue. So these are associated with the fibroareolar tissue. This part of urinary bladder does not contain peritoneum. So this is the urinary bladder. This is the superior surface of the urinary bladder. So most of the superior surface of urinary bladder is covered by peritoneum. Only the posterior part, right, which is devoid of peritoneum, and this is the areolar tissue. And this is the pouch of peritoneum. Vesico-uterine pouch. Vesico-uterine pouch. In between the urinary bladder and uterus. In between the uterus and urinary bladder, there is folding of peritoneum. This is known as vesico-uterine pouch. Posterior part of the superior surface. This is very important. Posterior part of superior surface. MCQ la importance. This is the male urinary bladder. This is the prostate. Male urinary bladder ma empty bladder lies inside the pelvic cavity, full or distended biony. It lies on the entry abdominal wall. So this is the distended bladder. So during the prostatic enlargement, catheter is difficult to insert from the urethra. So urine is carried from the suprapubic aspiration. This is known as suprapubic aspiration, right? Or suprapubic catheterization. So you have to drain the urine via the suprapubic way. Okay, this is the pubic. So just above the pubic symphysis, you get the needle and suprapubic aspiration and insert the catheter. Right? So you have to drain the distended bladder in the benign prostatic enlargement. Blood supply. Superior and inferior vesical artery supplies the urinary bladder. Venous drainage, vesical venous plexus drains into internal iliac vein. Lymphatic drainage, internal and external iliac group of lymph nodes. And nerve supply via the inferior hypogastric plexus, via the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So micro, so this much for today. Thank you.